Yo.
Disclaimer. We are not professionals. We are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and enjoy the video.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another VV Vision video. Today, we've got a little bit to talk about, but I want to start by thanking everybody liking, subscribing, commenting. We hit 6K recently. Thank you to everybody. Also, shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for all of the support. Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it. So, Ecomi has finally partnered with Epico Regal. We're getting the first game with OMI integration. Let's go. It says we can buy and sell Epico NFTs. We have exclusive access, physical products in real life, play to earn gaming, plus quarterly competitions and OMI burns. So what are your first thoughts about this? And if you guys didn't know, so this is a little upsetting, but so this is the game which we're seeing right now, the Epico Regal game, which is partnered with the OMI token. If we go over to Clash Royale, which is the original game by Supercell, we can see it looks quite familiar to the Epico Regal game. So at first glance, and second glance, and third glance, and fourth glance, Epico Regal 100% copied Clash Royale, which we are not a fan of because, I mean...
Yeah, because literally.
So basically, it's going to be a thing where each quarter, so there's going to be 4 quarters, and after every quarter, there's going to be a competition, and the winner of the competition is going to be getting an OMI pot, which is going to be 20% of all money spent on NFTs and on the Epico Regal game. And so basically, you're going to have to be really good at the game in order to get the coins. But the problem with grinding out to be super good at this game is because, I mean, Clash Royale is better.
Because I was really hyped when I saw this announcement today. I downloaded Epico Regal. I had it before and only kind of looked at it, never really played it, but I downloaded it. I was thinking like, hey, maybe I'll start like practicing, getting into the grind and like preparing for, possibly earning some OMI by playing. But I got in it and, it could just be my phone. It could just be I had bad connection or something, but it just wasn't running super smooth. It's obviously very, very similar to Clash Royale. And, the entire layout, you guys can look up the pictures and compare them, but pretty much the entire game is very similar. They did add the different aspects with like the different planets and you can unlock different people, but I'm sure there is a similar type of feature in Clash Royale. It's just that you don't actually own like NFTs. And I think like, you can't view them in AR and stuff. And I'm really interested to see how this pans out because this is just the beginning. I'm sure they can build on this and really improve it. But just kind of with my experience today, I'm not sure if I can really get myself to play this a lot, just because that's like the main thing I see is if you have 2 of these options, one of which we don't really know how much you can play to earn. And like Carter said, if it's a competition and it's all based on skill, you're really going to have to be grinding for that chance to maybe win the competition. And so, if there's 2 options, one that's already established itself, has a huge community, people already willing to spend hundreds of dollars on the game without getting anything back out of it, I struggle to see how Epico Regal is going to compete. Maybe they're not trying to compete with Supercell's game, but I don't know. That was kind of like the downside for me today, but I'm nonetheless, I'm really happy to see that we do have some utility now. This is something everybody's been waiting for a minute, and I'm definitely excited to see where this can go. But like I said, this is the beginning. As exciting as it is, it's also, I don't know. I'm really hoping for Pixion because Pixion stands out to me because one, it's a little more unique, although it is similar to games like Brawl Stars. I think they kind of did their own thing a little bit more. They definitely stand out. And I'm really hoping to play games with like NFTs we buy on Veve. I'm not sure if, Epico Regal will start doing drops on Veve or how that'll work. I do think they have a cool thing going with all the lore, the mythology, and how you can own NFTs, but I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's the game for me right now. We'll have to see. But yeah, what are you thinking in general?
Yeah, I think the same thing about the competition with Clash Royale. I really don't, I don't see myself playing. I did like Clash Royale, especially right when it came out. I downloaded it. I was playing that game a lot. But the Epico Regal, I downloaded that and saw that it was a copy of the game. I don't really like playing copies of other games because I just don't really think it's right to begin with. But we were originally thinking that Epico Regal is actually going to be coming out with a separate game, which is going to incorporate OMI, which could still happen. We could definitely still see a different game because on one of their websites, it was saying that a new game is coming. So either they didn't update that, or there still is another game coming, which would probably still incorporate Omi if another game did come. On top of that, I'm still hyped about Pixion coming and Niantic. If they are partnered with Niantic, that game is going to be really good. So definitely still have those things to look forward to. And there will definitely be other games that incorporate Omi. I mean, they were talking about how they want Omi to be like the #1 crypto for NFTs and like crypto gaming and stuff like that. So
I mean, Niantic is a big one to look forward to. I don't know if we'll be seeing that soon, but I do think that's one they're kind of like saving if they have that, because I think that is going to be the biggest game that they have. But Pixion would also be great. And speaking of other games, the Fishes, I'm pretty sure there's going to be kind of like a mech type Fish combat type game. I'm really interested to see that. Shout out Brock McBlockchain. Let's go. Still need to get a Fish. That's tragic, but we'll get one day.
He's
I do need to get one of those because I am excited to see how that mech game comes out, especially if it's play to earn, which I think it will be. But yeah, overall, I'm just really excited because we actually have some utility coming out now, even though it might not be my preference. It's still really exciting nonetheless. And let us know what you guys think about it. If you've played Epico Regal, what you're thinking, or your just general thoughts on this kind of information drop today, because it is pretty big news.
Yes, sir. And so shout out to James for tagging us in this on Twitter. And it says free digital comic book. So there's going to be 2 Doctor Strange comic books, the digital versions, coming out if you buy these if you go to the Doctor Strange movie and buy these tickets for, I think, May 6th and May 8th. So it's some sort of little promotion we're seeing. We can also see that there are promotions for Thor, Love and Thunder on July 8th, which we have the Throgs from Thor, Love and Thunder, and also Wakanda Forever coming up November 11th. But for this specific one, we have looked at it and it doesn't say anything about Veve, but I mean, the only comic books that are digital NFTs I think are on Veve. So for Marvel.
Yeah.
And so we don't know if these are going to be NFTs or are they just going to be digital comic books on the marvel.com. So we don't know this yet, but I mean, it would be sweet if we did see them from Veve, because we are seeing the same type of thing with Jurassic Park. So
and I definitely think that'll kind of be more common over time. We've seen it with 007. We're seeing it with Jurassic Park, but I definitely think we'll start to see more events like this, because I really think that this utility is where things kind of shine and stand out. And so, I know, what is it? Recur has the pass for like college basketball games and stuff like that. I think that's like a great opportunity with sports. We've kind of had some mention of like sports licenses in the past, but in general, I think utility for events like that, IRL events and maybe getting something with your ticket purchase. I definitely think that's where we're kind of moving, and I'm excited to see what else we have, but we'll have to wait and see, and we'll keep you updated if the Doctor Strange comics end up being NFTs or not. But yeah.
Yes, sir. So we have this comic coming up tomorrow on Monday. We're also talking a little bit about the Star Wars drop about the May the 4th, because I mean, if they were going to drop something on May the 4th, they probably would have already announced it, because they would want to hype it up a little bit. So we think the biggest possibility for this, at least I do, is that they're going to be coming out with the article or the announcement on May the 4th, because I mean, it would be Star Wars Day and they'd say, to celebrate Star Wars Day, we're announcing these drops coming up or whatever like that. So I don't think anything is actually dropping on May the 4th for Star Wars related, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe a comic would drop, because I think a comic would be sweet, because that could definitely be something that they would still drop on May the 4th.
Definitely possible. But just kind of going along with what Carter was saying, I mean, if they were dropping something as big as Star Wars, as hyped up as Star Wars, I'm guessing they would, drop some promo, try to, promote it a little bit ahead of time. And we're kind of running out of time before May 4th. So usually I feel like they do it at least 3 days before with stuff like Disney Golden Moments and some of those bigger drops. So based on that, I'm kind of, I'm with Carter on this. I think they might drop an article. It would be cool to see some comics, but I think everybody is most hyped for the collectibles. But how's the Strange Tales looking here?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to be going for this drop tomorrow, because I mean, the Go Collect doesn't show the 9.6, 9.2 or 9.0 prices, but the 8.0 is with 1,600, and it's not a crazy amount of sales, but I think the common is a really cool cover, and I'd be fine with getting that on drop. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'll go for this little $7 gamble and maybe get the secret rare, ultra rare, maybe flip it, or maybe just keep the common if I get it. But I definitely think it's a nice little opportunity here, and has some decent value IRL, looking at the Go Collect and those like 8.6 rated covers or whatever.
Yes, sir. And we also have the partner statue at $9,900. So it has dropped below $10,000.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. I mean, it went up to, what was it? It was like a 13,000 for a while. So it's under that 13,000 mark that it sat at for a while. Finally under 10,000. So let us know if you guys are picking up like any grails right now, like the partner statue. Let's see what Todd's at. 3,700. So he's dropped below 4,000. Absolutely bonkers. I mean, I do think the overall market is probably going to go down with Star Wars, but at the same time, I don't know, because I think a lot of people have already like been selling for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people are going to be selling once Star Wars actually gets announced. And I do think a lot of whales are waiting until it gets announced and about to happen, and then they're going to start buying up. So
yeah, I think we could definitely see something like that, but we also might have some of these whales kind of in the same boat as me right now, because I'm just waiting for like utility for a game that I really like or something. Because, if they drop a game where I can play as like Dr. Doom or some of the Marvel Mighties or something, I would definitely start balling out on some of the Marvel Mighties, even though I've been holding off for a minute. So I think it's really going to be timed with these catalysts, Star Wars being one of them. But I especially think things like IMX and, MTL, obviously, I think those are going to be big. We already have the web app open to some people, but I think once that's open to everybody, that'll also allow for people to put more money in, which could really help. But yeah, as of right now, I think the market might continue to dip for a little bit, but I don't know. I'm just not really worried about it. I think it's just kind of part of the cycle. But
my thoughts about the Dr. Doom is if you wait for the game to come out and you don't see that the VV article dropped, and a couple other people saw that the VV article dropped, those Dr. Dooms, the floor is going to be bought up in seconds, and you're going to get to the market and it's going to be thousands, like probably over $1,000 at that point. So definitely keep that in mind, especially if you guys see like a Marvel Mighty that you guys have been wanting for a while. A lot of these prices are really low. So definitely buy when they're lower and maybe don't have as much hype about them, and maybe just wait off if things start getting a little too hyped, because don't want to make any super bad investments. I mean, you still got to collect what you like, but you got to keep your wallets in mind as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down your thoughts on the Epico Regal game that came out, and let us know if you guys play Epico Regal. This is Veve Vision, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Let's go, homie homies. Let's go, homie homies.